What is up guys, your boy Revan here today with another fantastic video. This time I'm gonna talk about my top 5 Dark Horse decks that might win Worlds, cause why not, right? We like Dark Horses, we like decks that are a little bit weirder, that are not meta, that are playing against the meta, and that, well, might pick up some wins right here and there. So honestly, if the stars line up perfectly, if opponents will break the whole tournament, I think one of those 5 decks may actually pick up the win, and that would be cool. Okay, so this is not likely to happen, but still I think if those are worlds. We've seen a lot of weird stuff happening, we've seen a lot of weird decks winning and previously, right, during regionals, other tournaments. So why not here? Why not at the grandest stage of them all? And of course, we have a top 5, but I also have like one special deck after that. So first deck that I think is a nice one. So number 5, it is a Frostless deck. A Frostless deck, nice baby deck that utilizes Frostless and the Spirit Tomb. So Spirit Tomb, is a card and a deck that is well established. It's a really good deck. Additional of Jinx and the Frostlass for the bigger attacks. Why not? Maybe even putting Terrakion in a deck would put some opponents off. And the surprise aspect of this deck or any other deck on that list may work for them, especially game 1. I don't know how it's gonna be game 2, game 3, but hey, it's it might still work, right? So Frostless on number 5. Number 4 is a deck I would like to say, and it's just just to see the faces of Picarams just getting like wiped out, even though I'm playing Picaram, but that would be super fun to see. That is a Marshadow and Machamp deck. That's number 4 for me, with of course Lycanroc that discards some energy, maybe with a Buzzwole baby. There's Diancie, Dojo. There's so many cool things with fighting type, Karate belts, that this might be something that will work. Of course, it needs special circumstance, it needs specific matchups, but let's be honest, it can get the right matchups, especially day 1 when there's so many players, and you may not see those tier 1 decks. You will maybe not face them as you're going to your game day 2. So yeah, definitely Marshadow and Machamp might be a nice dark horse also coming into the tournament, because let's be honest, no one thinks about that as a valid deck. Then number 3, it's kind of like 2 decks. I know, but for me they were like kind of next to each other. So one is Aerodactyl and the second one is Dragonite GX, and I couldn't put them, I don't want to do a top 6, so they're like both at the number 3 spot. So Aerodactyl, Baby, and GX, also with the second deck that is Dragonite GX. They are both really cool decks that, well, especially Aerodactyl, Baby 1, he has success, so maybe he's gonna try to repeat that success as he comes to the Worlds. And Dragonite GX, maybe it is a stage 2 deck, but as he gets rolling, as he gets a good hand, well, he can one-hit KO on many things due to 270 damage attack. So is one of those better than the other? I think they're like nice equal decks, and they can really put some opponents into tank mode, and like, oh, why? Just the pure nature of the surprise of those 2 decks, right? Then we've got a nice number 2, and I played against it. I played against those 2 decks, and honestly, out of those 5, I think those 2 have 6. They have the biggest chance of actually being somewhere in the like top 32, or maybe even by surprise getting the win. And number 2 is Roll It and Execute. I mean, this is a stall deck. This is literally a stall deck right now, and as we know, stall decks can really be good. Of course, it is a grass type deck, so it will require it's called weakness energy, something like that gets rid of the weakness. But if the setup is right, it can really surprise your opponent. The speed of the deck is also there, and it's just good. It is just good, and we're gonna have it on the channel probably after Worlds, because I don't think I'm gonna get all the pieces for now. But still, super cool deck to play and a nice stall deck. We got certain stall deck players in the world, so I think they might pick it up and might, you know, be even top 32 easily with that deck. And then number one, but before I'm gonna reveal number one, I've got an honorable mention, and I think honorable mention is going to be for the person that's gonna bring Unfezant deck. If someone brings Unfezant deck and it is on camera, sorry, but you're the world champion for me. Literally, if someone's gonna bring Unfezant, he's the winner. Like, I don't care about the actual winner, he is the champion for me, for just, you know, bringing that deck and playing it on the camera if they're gonna, you know, pick him up. So yeah, Unfezant is an honorable mention for me. But number one that I think might win, and that's a dark horse, it is a Slowpoke Psyduck deck, and the deck is pretty consistent. It's a hard-hitting deck. Honestly, you know, it's a little bit harder to counter. Again, it needs those few turns to start his own engine, right? But once he starts the engine, it's really hard to stop, and it's a water type deck, so definitely, you know, gets rid of Reshizard quite easily. You know, Blacephalon as well. I know I did not mention Blacephalon in the previous video, I'm sorry, but those are the, you know, six decks that no one is talking about, no one is hyped about, but they're still valid, they're still good, and I hope they will be represented in during the Worlds that are tomorrow, because they do deserve that. Like, honestly, they do deserve their representation, and they do deserve to be on the camera, because maybe they are not considered tier 1s, but they are almost there. Like, they are getting closer and closer to that spot, and maybe, you know, no one's gonna be prepared for them. So out of nowhere, bam, we're gonna have day 2 super weird, you know, decks, and I would love that. I would love to see that. I would love to see, you know, something that no one thought about just being brought to Worlds, especially that we have, you know, all those different, you know, continents coming together. So it definitely, you know, gives a room for super outside of the box thinking. Like, what I've heard is Inyo and Emmet into Pikarom as a tech card. We're gonna try it on stream today, and, you know, that is incredible, you know, like, tech card that you're like, wait, what? Why would... But then you start thinking about it, like, oh yeah, because of the discard, and it's not that bad, instead of like Cynthia, right? So thank you guys so much for watching the video. Thank you so much for 400 subscribers. I can't stress that enough. There's a giveaway going on right now for that occasion, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and down there below you have a 5% discount on any code you would purchase on Professor Oak. Thank you guys so much. See ya on Twitch. Goodbye, bam, and good night. Mwah. Boink. Bye.